Gore readings, flesh wound, horror freaks. I don't know. My thing might not be working. You can take the intro.
All right, Bugs.
Sorry, I'll just say off the bat, I'm recording from my phone. I'm having internet issues. So
First off, we're not recording. We're streaming. So he's live from his fucking phone.
We're live.
I already said that for you. Goddamn.
And I'm hearing weird audio.
Yeah, because you should put your fucking headphones in the goddamn thing. But anyway, we're here to watch the Munster trailer. None of us have seen it, I think. Well,
we do want to say, yeah, if you tuned in for the Psycho show, that's getting bumped a week because of Dan's phone issues. So
inadequacy,
internet issues.
Yes, too much. Well, yeah, too many searches I'm not allowed to name. All right. So do we just want to do it?
I mean, just take the Band-Aid off, man.
Let's rip it. Rip it. Press play. I hope I like it, honestly, but we'll see.
What the?
Yeah, got it.
This is not the.
Oh.
Is this not the right one?
Let's watch. Let's see where this goes, though.
You're curious where the storyline's gonna go?
I've seen this before, and actually, the guy who plays Herman is in the Psycho parody as well,
which we'll be talking about in a week. Are we just gonna go through them all? I guess.
Sure. Okay.
I know Chris probably doesn't know any of these people either.
No, I can't say that I'm well versed in who any of these folks are.
What is this like?
Oh, okay. There was a. Why is School of Rock up next from that trailer?
when you're preparing for cleanup, go on School of Rock.
The rent lives on.
Yeah, but that's really fucking twisted. It's a porn parody trailer that follows, and then School of Rock follows it. What?
Is there a porn parody of School of Rock? Because I think that would be a little more appropriate.
There is.
Really? School of Cock? Yeah. How fucking low brow.
God.
What about Kindergarten Cop? You know what? Let's not go here.
Yeah, I think it's time to watch the real trailer.
Okay.
Or well, the other trailer.
Which, I think the movie is going to be pretty good.
We will be reviewing that when the new one comes out. There we go.
Perfect.
After Dark books. All right. You guys. Okay, let's do it.
All right.
You can have nice things.
So spit on it and let's put the real one in.
Here we go.
Are you sure that's it? He was probably very happy to use that logo.
Right.
I know he's wanted.
Rob Zombie, the director of House of a Thousand Corpses, Halloween, and The Devil's Rejects, brings you the greatest love story ever told.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that.
Michael J. Fox?
Brain of a super genius transplanted into the body of a perfect physical specimen.
I want a man that makes my blood run cold. A man that every time he enters my crypt, it's like a stake through my dead black heart.
Why is she doing Elvira voice?
Yep, I'll be down in the lab.
Oh, no. Remember what happened last time?
He was batty.
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Looking for a vision, a queen, true love.
What exactly do you want?
Is Herman Munster in there? I knew the moment I laid eyes on you that you were special. I understand if you don't feel the same. I'm just a regular gal living a boring, normal life.
If there's one thing I know, is that the rest of the world melted away as soon as you appeared in my life.
It seems Miss Lily is truly in love.
Oh, come on. You know,
hey,
and I know
filming.
that we got to get rid of that bozo Herman Munster.
Big T. I like how enthusiastic everybody is.
It's me, totally.
I got that too. I like that casting.
Yeah, I like
He's from Transylvania. That's a strange way of saying hello.
Oh, I guess we're gonna have to get used to it.
Wow.
Well,
At least that would have Three Stooges after. That made sense.
That made a little more sense, yeah.
Which I remember as a child, I used to watch the Munsters and Three Stooges back to back every Saturday and Sunday. Go ahead, Dan.
It's tapped right into your childhood.
Sorry, I'm hearing double audio. Yeah, my enthusiasm just went way down.
Was it ever up?
One,
I know.
Mine pretty flat line for me. Like just I'm the same.
Sherry Moon, I don't hate her like you do, Pugs. I do think she has some talent for specific things.
And Pug hated her before it was cool. I'm just throwing.
Yeah, she's totally wrong for this. She feels like she's in like a community theater acting program, in that it just doesn't work at all. Not crazy about Herman either.
Not either.
This definitely doesn't feel like it was ever conceived for theaters.
It wasn't.
Which is fine because it is, it was a TV show, but
is it going to theaters still?
No, it's always been a Peacock thing.
Okay, good. That's what I thought.
Or anything. Well, it just.
LA problem.
I like Daniel Roebuck as Grandpa.
Oh, well.
I think he's a pretty.
I
good
like
choice.
that one.
Punisher Batman fan. As bad as Herman was, I thought Herman was worse.
Yeah, I didn't. Now again, it's a trailer. Trailers can be deceptive. Maybe the final product will be something really good, but that did nothing for me. I was excited for this at one time because Rob Zombie, if you listen to the Munsters Go Home Blu-ray commentary, he's a legit Munsters fan.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Nothing in that whatsoever was appealing to me at all.
I still think it should have been a cartoon because I think that would have been I would have been a whole lot more forgiving. I'm still middle of the road. Actually, I've always been lower tier on this. I wasn't excited before. I'm not excited now, but I will still support Rob Zombie and go see it day of. I am part of the fucking problem for sure. Don't care. What about you, Mr. Chris?
It looks like the Munsters. The Munsters was a cheesy sitcom from the 60s. It looks like a spin on that. I mean,
okay. I don't feel the same heart though.
In color. I think the problem is because to me the colors are very bright. It's a very, very bright looking movie. And that was probably a conscious creative decision made because they were doing it in color. So if we're going to do it in color, it's really going to be in color. Every color is going to pop. That's also very 60s. A lot of movies that were in color had a lot of popping colors and a lot of really like overly animated scenes in that way. So I think the tone makes sense. It's obviously a prequel in some ways because the other characters aren't involved. So this
explains no Eddie in the first release photos.
Or Marilyn. Yeah. I think that's probably why that they may seem a little off or not quite themselves because they're not quite themselves yet. Maybe I don't know. I'm not any less excited or looking forward to it than I was before. I mean, to me it looks like the Munsters.
Yeah, it's the same for me. Like my expectations were not high. And listen, I'm someone who I like the Munsters today. Well, of course the original, which everyone hates. I like Here Come the Munsters, which gets a little bit of love. What's the one after?
Munsters Go Home.
No,
Munsters Go Home was the first movie.
Yeah.
There was Munsters Go Home, Munsters Revenge, the couple you mentioned, like A Very Scary Christmas. That was one.
That was the last one. There was one in between I was trying to think of.
Yeah, I don't know because
I liked Mockingbird Lane. I thought that was cool.
I wanted to like Mockingbird Lane, but I fucking hated that.
Really? I want to see where it goes.
No, I don't
Eddie Izzard as grandfather was very interesting.
They turned him into a fucking serial killer. I mean, he was. Yeah. That was. I mean, it was just like this dude's fucking psychotic. He's not even funny. He's just psychotic.
Not funny.
Yeah.
Who, and I'll pose this to the chat too, who would have been more enthusiastic about Rob Zombie taking the Munsters, making it hard R, Lily Munster dropping the C-bomb, just full Rob
I don't want that
Zombie.
either.
Nah, I never
Yeah, I
wanted
wouldn't.
that.
I would have been. My enthusiasm for it would have went out the window if that was the case. That's not the Munsters. That's
That's not.
something different.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be kind of interesting to see how he works in sort of a restrained way, where he's not going to be able to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because it is kind of a big part of his aesthetic as a filmmaker to have characters that have loose tongues. So to have that reservation and go for comedy versus horror, I'm curious to see where that's going to go. Is it Daniel Roebuck playing Grandpa? Is that his name?
Yeah.
I think he's perfect. I think he nailed the voice and everything fine. I think out of everybody, he's the one I'm looking forward to seeing the most.
Yeah.
I don't think Sherry Moon is terrible. I never did. But she does seem to be kind of, coming in as Elvira versus Lily Munster. But if this is younger Lily Munster, then maybe that makes sense.
Which is funny because Elvira's in. Sorry, Cassandra Peterson is in it.
Who's that?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
Who is she playing? She's playing Lily's mom.
She could.
But
I'd rather have her as Lily. She could pull it off better.
She just feels so miscast, and I know there's everyone hates Rob Zombie putting her in, the lead of everything. Even with that aside, I mean, I just don't. There's better casting for her, I think.
Yeah, the Rob Zombie putting his wife in every movie comments are just about as old as him doing it. It's a crutch for every single person who wants to. Except for you, Pugs, because you hated her before, so I'll give you that.
I was grandfather Dan,
but I feel like it is a crutch for people who just want to hate on his movies to be able. That's the low hanging fruit. Well, he casts his wife in every movie, so he sucks.
Because those same people love Devil's Rejects,
right? And before the problem with him as a filmmaker is he made Halloween. If he had never touched Halloween, people would be looking at him a lot differently, or the community would be.
I agree. I definitely agree.
Anybody who made Halloween was fucked. There was no way anyone was going to remake that movie and not have issues. And they got somebody who took it.
I'd like to throw out the name Alex Aja.
I still think people would have hated it if anyone remaking that movie was in trouble. It's the same thing with Nightmare on Elm Street. Anybody remaking that movie was in trouble. Those two.
I'd like to throw his name out there again.
Yeah.
Everything. I love that man.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I'm still. I'll see it day one.
I'll see it too.
Yeah.
I'll see it till midnight.
We can. Yeah, let's watch it again for people that are just getting here.
We're not going to have that first time glazed look of reaction.
Yeah, but now we can fucking talk over it. Maybe
this is true.
Yeah, but if they're watching it for the first time, that's rude.
Well, then that's on them.
I'm really confused by this decision, but okay.
Always do it twice.
Pugs wants to do a commentary over the trailer.
I didn't say I would. I'm just in case.
No, he wants to.
All right. There's the Universal logo. One of the.
This is probably my favorite part.
I like the one after with the letters.
I do too.
I really want to.
Rob Zombie.
See, I don't like this. This looks very cheap and direct-to-video. I don't like this.
This feels like a music video or like an Alfred Hitchcock.
This reminds me of like an early 2000s sizzle reel.
I don't like the sound of that.
And if that's not Michael J. Fox, that is a missed opportunity.
Brain of a super genius transplanted into the body of a perfect physical.
Yeah, the color scheme is just so bright.
I want a man that makes my blood run cold.
You have RBG lights going on in the
background. It's like a stake
LED
through my dead black heart.
I could whip you up.
All I hear is Elvira.
I think he's just trying.
He was better.
Yeah,
that is a cool Nosferatu.
It is.
Looking for a vision, a queen, true love.
I like his smoking jacket.
What exactly do you want?
Is Herman Munster in there?
Oh, that's really Garcia.
I knew the moment I laid eyes on you that
Indie Phantom heard this was Zombie's biggest budget. I like the jello cheap colors.
I'm just a regular.
And that shot right there, them driving in the car, that's very cheap looking, and that's on purpose.
That is definitely on purpose.
Is that the rest of the world melted away as soon as you appeared in my life.
It seems Miss Lily is
It's hard to
truly in
replace
love.
Fred Gwynn.
Oh, come on, you know, and I know.
You know what?
we gotta
He
get rid of
better
that
put
bozo
Dracula in
Herman
there.
Munster.
I know it's like probably against like his artistic bullshit or whatever, but come on.
I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will.
See, it looks better in black and white. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't like that Herman's on a plane. I see him more as a boat guy, but I'm not gonna nitpick.
A boat guy.
Yeah,
He gets on a plane in Munster's Revenge, you schmuck.
still, but this.
Oh, so you should have been a boat guy in that movie too?
He should have. They did it wrong.
Greetings from Transylvania.
That voice, it's not doing it for me.
Yeah, I think it's the
Enjoy
voice
saying hello.
more than
I
the
guess we're gonna have to get used to it.
mannerisms for me too.
I think, I mean, like I said, this is a prequel, so I think he's just supposed to be coming off as younger,
Yeah.
not doing the deep voice, you know. Even her, I think it's just they're just supposed to be younger versions of those characters.
Well, I'm no more excited or no less excited. I still have my expectations managed. So, well, I can tell you now, Dan's review, he gave it a 0 star. So,
Yeah.
He's gonna fucking hate it.
If you're a gambling man, that's what I put my money on.
He's too elevated for the Munsters, and you know.
Yeah. I agree completely on the voice.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Because watching it the second time, I'm like, okay, he's kind of got Herman down fairly well. And again, that's just a rough role to step into. Fred Gwynn is so specific.
Yeah, I'm not reading that.
I don't think you're gonna get that, Stone.
Thank Satan.
all right.
Yeah,
well,
you think it should have just been black and white? I know that's
I could turn the color down.
I was gonna see the same thing. I'm like, if I
They're
really want
releasing
to.
Johnny Mnemonic in black and white, the release no one wanted.
You know what? I wouldn't surprise me if there is a black and white version of this.
Oh yeah.
If they put it on like a disc, because I think in black and white, I mean, obviously the intro footage is in black and white, and that looks spot on. So I think if they turn the movie black and white, or maybe just if they tone the colors down a little bit, I think it might be a little more pleasing to people. But
Oh God, don't do that.
I have to.
Yeah,
Well, no,
Zack Snyder, that shit.
not completely bleach them, but like, you know, just like a bit.
Gray
You know,
and blue.
they're very, very. It's a very. It looks like where Pugs is sitting is like the lighting for the whole movie. Very green, purple, you know, lots of reds and blues. It's very, very bright. But again, that's a creative decision. So, you know.
yeah.
So.
Yeah, Indie Phantom, they did that with Mad Max Road Fury for a video.
The Chrome version?
The Chrome version.
Or edition, whatever they used. Yeah.
But then they also put it in black and white and like boosted the contrast through the fucking roof too. So
That's where I got this thing, guys. Right about Hellish. Show Shiny and Chrome.
I said something incorrect now. I forgot what it was. Oh, they also did. No, that's what I said. Evil Dead. I meant to say they also did The Walking Dead in black and white for the first season.
Yeah, the first episode of the.
Well, they actually did the first season. Only the
Did they?
first episode came out on disc.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. It kind of feels like we ran out of steam on this one pretty quick.
So it comes out in September.
Well, it's a 2.5 minute trailer. I mean, what were we gonna?
I mean,
I'm still looking more forward to Hocus Pocus, September 30th. Yep.
Oh yeah. What are you making sounds for, Todd? That's fuck you.
Oh no, I'm excited to see it. I'm not happy I don't get to see it on the big screen.
I showed you Hocus Pocus, so
now I don't want to watch the second one.
Well, that's your
technically you didn't show it to me. You made me watch it. I hadn't watched it.
I'm
held a gun to your fucking head.
Oh, I'm fucking sorry. My bad.
I saw
showed you a movie that you like.
I saw a horse on the cover and I was no longer interested.
That's the best she's ever looked, and First Wives Club.
What's the storyline for? I haven't paid attention. Hocus Pocus.
I'm not going to tell you, Dan, because you don't care, and it involves younger girls. So
I didn't care. Is Thora Birch back, or are they?
I don't think so.
I don't think she's
Well,
back. I don't know for sure, but it's about 3 girls lighting the black candle.
Yeah, and the witch is coming back to Salem.
Right.
They actually shot. They were still shooting that movie in November around here in a town called Newport, Rhode Island, and a couple of friends of mine went to Newport just for the day, not realizing that's where some of it was being shot. and they walked into a downtown Halloween setting and were very confused. It's like towards the end of November, they're like, did they just forget to take the Halloween decorations down? Like, what the hell's going on? And then they realized,
did they call you? Like, are you here?
Yeah, they realized it was for Hocus Pocus too. So I was like, oh wow, that's really cool. And I think they took some pictures and stuff like that too. So
yeah,
but it was mostly shot around here, which was kind of fun. So
nice.
Right on.
Now, is that theatrical at all, or is that just Disney?
It's Disney Plus. No, I actually think they're making a big mistake not putting it in theaters because there's a lot of people who are like eagerly awaiting that movie to come out. I know the first one wasn't a huge hit, but it's obviously built a following over time, and a sequel is going to do well. I
think the safer bet though is At Home, because look what happened with like Lightyear. Because like I was excited, but I was just too busy to go. I still want to see it. I'll see it day one, Disney Plus. Go ahead.
You've had a lot of Toy Story, though. You know what I mean? Like Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm a huge Toy Story fan. And Lightyear, I was like, the true story of Buzz Lightyear. Did we need that?
Well, it's like the movie that Andy saw. I'm down for it, but I also want a whole universe where Woody gets his own movie, and then they have a meeting in the third.
Well, that's not happening now.
I know. Yeah. Well, it could still happen straight to Disney Plus, which they should have done.
True.
See, reverse it.
You know, it's funny because that's like the first Pixar movie since the pandemic that's gone theatrical. Everything else is gone straight to Disney Plus. The last one that went theatrical was Onward. That was like 3 weeks before the pandemic. Because you've had Soul, you've had I can't remember them all.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
which one was Onward? Oh, the van movie.
Was Luca? Onward. There was Onward. That was the one he was just. Wasn't Luca one of them?
Luca was straight to that. Soul
was Turning Red a Pixar movie? I can't remember.
Ooh, I think
I don't even remember.
No, that was just Disney.
Was that just Disney? Okay.
Yeah, I've seen it like 30 times.
That had the premiere the same day the Batman came out. I was at the red carpet. I wanted to stay and see it, but Batman overrides everything. I did get a glimpse of Billie Eilish though. That was cool.
Nice.
Who was who's Big T? They have a Big T.
Bring it up. Chris, in your opinion, what was the last great Rob Zombie movie?
I just happened to look over and saw my name. I was like, wait, what? Someone wants to ask me a question? That's weird.
Yeah.
What was the last? What was the last?
So
movie
great, not good.
Yeah. What was the last movie he did before this one? Was it 31?
No, 3 from Hell.
There you go.
3 from Hell.
So Chris's answer is Halloween 2.
I do love Halloween 2.
So like great or good? Because
but see, I understand Halloween 2 has issues. Like I get that movie is not. I love it for my own personal reasons, but overall, like I understand why there's people who don't like that movie. As far as, great. I do feel like Lords of Salem was really, really good. I think that one was kind of underappreciated and undervalued because he did try to do something different with that movie. He sort of stripped away his usual aesthetic of the white trash angle, which, the white trash thing's always kind of bugged me out because realistically, the only thing that makes his characters white trash in a lot of his movies is they use bad language. There's a handful of them that like kind of live in like less than desirable settings, but like even in Halloween, like Michael Myers' family is living in like a 3-bedroom large house. They're not living in a trailer park. Like, just because his mother's a stripper doesn't mean she's white trash. That doesn't equate white trash. So, it's just the look and the language, I think, is what people just kind of immediately go, oh, it's a white trash thing. But I don't know. I also don't think that's the case either. But I guess, Lords of Salem I thought was really, really good. But I also liked 31 a lot, and I do love his Halloween movies, and I don't hate any of his movies. I guess I'll go with that. So you might be asking the wrong person because, I do like most of his stuff. I'm not like a hater.
I can't argue with that, but if you use the word great, the last great one for me is Devil's Rejects. Nothing... That's
his best, yeah.
That's his best movie, I think.
Yeah, no. Well, Devil's Rejects also was critically acclaimed too, which was the only one of his movies I think
that's weird.
I know. I don't even remember.
So weird.
Which also proves what you're saying about Halloween, because I don't remember that intense hatred for Rob Zombie before Halloween at all.
It wasn't there. There were people who were kind of like indifferent about House of a Thousand Corpses because like that. Even he looks at that movie and kind of goes like, "Yeah, there's some things I would do differently and could have done better." Devil's Rejects really put him out there as like a force to be reckoned with. And then Halloween came along, and like all of a sudden, he's the worst thing to happen to horror. Period. Like you bring up his name in any group, and you've got people who just it's like venom. They just jump on you, and then there's people who might come and like.
Hold on, Big T. Devil's Rejects is his Clerks. That's
Absolutely.
pretty good.
I would actually say it's his Clerks 2 because I do think Clerks 2 is better than the first one.
I can't argue.
Clerks
There's
is
no.
great.
I will go either way.
Yeah, but that's his calling card. Clerks is always going to be his calling card. As much as I love
I'm
Clerks,
stoked for Clerks 3.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
I think I'm going Tuesday and Thursday for them.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah. No. So I hopefully that answered your question there, Big T.
I did really love
Why?
31. I thought that was cool.
Why do you think, Chris, that I mean, obviously there's a lot of people that do hate it, but why is the hate not as intense for Halloween Kills than it is for Rob Zombie's Halloween movies? Because
It is,
hold on.
Dan.
No, it's not.
universal.
It's not. There are people who still think Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is the worst one, and I'm like, Halloween Kills exists. Like, come on. That answer is actually very simple and very direct. John Carpenter's involvement.
Makes sense.
His involvement for fans it makes it worthwhile. Which somebody actually posted the other day in a forum that I'm in that John Carpenter said that he didn't like what Rob Zombie did with Michael Myers because he kind of humanized him and gave him a backstory and made him, gave him a reason for being who he was. And I'm like, this is a guy who for 30 plus years minimized Halloween as often as he could, shit on the franchise as a whole, basically told people after the third one he didn't even bother with the rest of them until Jamie Lee Curtis asked him to get involved in H2O, and even that he kind of like showed up for a day. He did no interest in directing, which she wanted him to do. He had no interest in being a part of it, which she wanted him to do. He just kind of came onto set one day and said, yeah, it all looks great, have a nice time, and then I'll take my check now. He didn't care. And now that his name is attached to it again as a producer that stands to make some money, all of a sudden he gives a shit and has an opinion on what Rob Zombie did. And I'm like, yeah, I'm taking that with a grain of salt.
To be fair, his name is still attached on the other one. He just got a check.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like it's not as an associate producer. It's not as a co-writer. It's not as a composer.
Yeah.
He's more involved in the Blumhouse movies because they probably cut him a really big check to get involved.
Yeah.
And that's
They
what.
also let him do the music with his band.
I really think that's why all of a sudden he cares as much as he does, because he didn't before. And what Rob Zombie did with Michael Myers, in showing us the kind of the precursor to what he is he made him that really strange kid that everybody kind of avoids on the street. He made him that quiet kid that nobody pays much mind to. He made him that kid that nobody saw it coming. Everybody thought he's just a quiet, odd kid. We never thought he could do something like that. And in 2007, not to get political, but with the amount of like kids who have turned out to be killers in some way, that was more scary to those audiences than a kid that one day just snaps and all of a sudden becomes evil. It was more socially relevant and made more sense for the time. And Michael Myers in his movie was evil, or was going to become that way no matter what. The opening scene is him killing his rat, which is something he loves, and coming downstairs and acting sad almost as if he doesn't remember doing it. Most people don't think about that. And he becomes gradually worse as the film goes on. That's what happens to a kid when there's signs of something like that happening and they're ignored. And that's scarier to me than a good boy who one day picks up a knife and stabs his sister and never speaks a word again and becomes an unstoppable killer. So there.
Yeah.
That's my TED Talk.
We'll definitely have to have you on the Halloween franchise show. Because it's interesting. It's good to get like somebody that likes Rob Zombie's Halloween movies. So
we're a rare breed, but we do exist.
Not really. There's an age group where that was their first Halloween, and that's their thing. They think the original was boring.
Well, I showed that to my stepsister when she was 17. Mm-hmm. She wanted to watch the original Halloween. Halfway through it, she's like, "This sucks."
Yeah,
I don't want to watch. Is there anything? Can I watch one of the sequels instead? I'm like, well, I'll never give you like a part because these all kind of follow each other. You won't be able to follow it. She goes, I don't care. It's just boring. So I gave her the remake instead, and she loved it. Yeah. Just like that worked better for her and that time, that age group. And the thing I've always said about those movies is the Halloween fans are passionate. They're very passionate. A lot of horror franchise fans are very passionate. Let's be real. But Halloween, for a lot of people, is a very, very special movie. No matter what anyone did, it was never going to compare to that original film, or even potentially any of the sequels, because they're so attached to that. It's like somebody, you get your favorite, jacket, and one day that jacket gets torn up and you have to go get another one, but it never quite it doesn't quite fit the same. You're not going to enjoy it as much, no matter what happens. That jacket was worn in, it felt good. Every time you put it on, it kind of contoured to your body, and you get a new one that you have to break in again. It's never going to feel the same as that first jacket, and people equate that to their passion for it. And I get why people dislike it. It's very different from what they had. But then, there's forgiveness for shit like Halloween Kills that has some of the most idiotic and insane lines of dialogue I've ever heard in my life in stupid situations. And a Michael Myers similar to Rob Zombie's version of Michael Myers. People were pissed at the brutality in Rob Zombie's movie, but they don't mind it in Halloween or Halloween Kills because it's John Carpenter and not Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
So.
That whole hospital sequence. And
we know, Dan.
Oh, yeah. Fucking Danny DeVito getting chased around thinking it's Michael Myers. Okay.
And on that note,
fuck Halloween Kills.
Yeah.
But
whatever.
And now Dan lost his chance. Pugs, take us out of here.
All right, so that was the trailer for Rob Zombie's Monsters and some talk. Chris, before we head out, please promote your show, because I think you'll get a lot of people heading over there, because your takes are fucking awesome. Even though sometimes I don't disagree, you back your shit up, and I appreciate the fuck shit.
I got it.
Sometimes you don't disagree?
Yeah, not all the time. We both like Hocus Pocus. Tu Wong Fu, bruh.
No, you're supposed to, Pugs, English lesson. Sometimes I don't agree. Sometimes I don't disagree. Means you never disagree with me, my friend, and you've definitely done that.
Just like this.
Case in point. I host a show called The Spooky Picture Show. You can find us on Spotify. We're on Facebook as well. If you want to go like the page, we post all of our show links. Actually, tomorrow during the day, rather, our newest episode is going live where we discuss remakes. So that was a topic that we kind of danced around for a little bit, and we covered a pretty wide range of remakes, and we're really excited about that one. We also, in August, have our first interview coming out, which is really awesome. We got Fred Decker and Andre Gower of Monster Squad fame on as guests, and they were awesome. We already recorded the show. It came out great. I'm really excited about releasing that one. That one actually is coming out on August 13th, which is the date that Monster Squad was released 35 years ago this year. So keep an ear out for that. And so come check us out. We like it spooky over there. So, and I'm responsible for at least two of these guys meeting. So if you like this stuff, I mean, we're better.
Responsible or at fault for some.
Yeah, I was gonna say it depends on your point of view. But we did throw the link in the chat though for you guys to go.
Thank you.
You wouldn't see this beautiful face multiple times.
I forgot I unmuted it.
Yeah, why did you do that, Todd? You fucked up. Anyway.
If you need to write your apologies in, I will accept. I need me to write an apology. I will go ahead and do it. So if you get anybody,
you unleashed this evil on the world.
I know. He was such a quiet boy too. Like, you don't understand. Like, Dan was like a very quiet, reserved kid when I met him.
On his way to be a Rob Zombie version of Michael Myers.
And now I'm concerned he's on like a sexual offenders list. Like, that's what I did. So like, that's the monster I unleashed.
That's why he keeps moving. So anyway, we'll be back with our Psycho series franchise retrospects next week. Dan, say goodnight and stay away from them schools.
Good night, guys. Thanks for bearing with me with the cell phone. And thanks for listening. Go check out Chris's show. It's awesome.
All right.
Good night, guys. All right. I'll see you at Disneyland.